Hello, everyone. Once again, as Kim already introduced, my name is Anna, and I'm operations manager in our office located in Zagreb, in the capital of Croatia. I'm very pleased to have this opportunity today to present you our destinations. And before we start, let me just shortly introduce you our team. As said, we are located in Croatia's capital, Zagreb, with 21 staff in total. Definitely the biggest advantage of our office here is that all the departments are sitting together under the same roof. So we have all the functions, including operation, MICE, product development, quotation support, hotel procurement and placing, as well as land procurement, all sitting together and communicating on daily basis with really great relationship with our suppliers, with a long year experience. And as we like to say, we are a one-stop shop for all the 10 countries that are actually locally handled from a Zagreb office. Beside that, we definitely are oriented towards customers. And of course, we do provide 24/7 emergency support while the groups are on the road. So in case anything is needed during their trip, they can count on 24/7 support. So here is, as you can see, the map of our destination, so-called the Balkans. So all these 10 countries are actually handled from Zagreb. We are in charge for this region, and as you can see here, it really provides a lot of possibilities to create various itineraries, to combine few countries together, or to have a monostay in some of the countries. So really a lot of possibilities. Today we will focus on our two key destinations, which are Croatia and Slovenia. And also I will give you some overview of the neighboring countries of Bosnia and Montenegro, which combined with these two main destinations can be a great choice as a option for the full day excursions or even doing some extension trips. So, as I said, first destination today will be Slovenia. Here are some general information about the country itself. As you can see, it's a very small country, but really giving a lot of opportunities. And I would definitely like to emphasize that Slovenia is really a safe country and definitely focused on sustainable tourism. They have a lot of products connected with the nature. There is in the whole country a road of so-called green labels. Many places in the country are marked as green labels and usually included in our itineraries as well. So there are really a lot of options for small groups, for bigger groups, MICE groups, and so on. But definitely we are promoting this destination as a green, eco-friendly, and with a focus on sustainable tourism. Most visited cities are Ljubljana, Bled, and Postojna. Ljubljana is the capital of Slovenia. As you can see here, is a small city lying on the river Ljubljanica. And as I was saying, actually, this capital of Slovenia was the European Green Capital, awarded in 2016. And ever since, they were just continuing in building that image. Here you can see some of the main sightseeing spots, such as Ljubljana Castle. All the city center is pedestrian area, and the city tour lasts approximately, let's say, 2 hours. visiting all those main spots. And for example, this Ljubljana castle, not only it is almost always included in the standard city tour, but also it can serve as a venue for various events, or maybe just to have some kind of snack or welcome drink during the city tour and enrich the standard one and to make it more interesting for the clients. Then only 1 hour drive from Ljubljana, we have Bled, definitely most visited place in the whole country. It's very specific because of this Bled Lake and this island, which you can see on the photo, which is actually the only island in the whole country of Slovenia. Main sightseeing spots are definitely this island with the St. Mary Church, and it can be accessed by these traditional wooden boats called pletna. So 15 minutes drive in one way, and then they reach this island where we can also organize various folklore show, performance, tasting of some Slovenian sweet delicacies. So also it doesn't have to be a standard tour, but it can we can offer a lot of activities there as well. And then of course, Bled Castle, located on top of this hill, can also offer a lot of possibilities, from having a beautiful meal, a lunch in the restaurant, which is located in the castle. There is also honey museum, so we can have a honey tasting. Also for some incentive groups, we can organize a welcome by the night, so-called medieval welcome for the groups, some wine tasting. So really a lot of possibilities there as well. And of course, Postojna Cave. It is only a 1 hour drive from Ljubljana and 1 hour and a half from Bled. The specific about Slovenia is actually that you can reach from mountains all the way to the seaside in only 2 hours, because the country is so small but very diverse, and it's very easy to move around the country. So the Postojna Cave is a 2 million years old cave system. It's a complex of underground passages, galleries, and halls. The tour of the cave always includes a guide, and it's combination of walking and driving by this electric train. And the standard tour usually lasts for 90 minutes. There is also possibility to arrange private guide that will be dedicated only to your group, or to rent audio guides with many languages available. And besides this cave, it can also serve as a really unique venue for various events. We can also organize welcome drink for the group inside the cave, maybe some short performance, and enrich the whole experience. And beside the Postojna Cave, there is also this Predjama Castle, which is actually the largest cave castle in the world. Here is just one of the suggestions for the itinerary when combining Slovenia and Croatia. As you can see here, it covers capitals of Slovenia, Ljubljana, visiting Bled, Postojna, and then moving forward to Croatia. As I said, of course, this is just a suggestion, and there are, of course, a lot of other possibilities. You can combine Slovenia with Italy, Austria, and many other options. The next destination we are talking about today is Croatia. Also, here are some of the general information about the country. Also another very small country, but definitely diverse in terms of landscape, culture, gastronomy. So it actually maybe doesn't seem so at first sight, but Croatia can definitely be promoted and sell as a mono destination. It is an all year round destination offering various activities in all seasons, but also it can be combined with other countries such as Slovenia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Montenegro, Serbia, and so on. As you can see here, official currency is kuna. Yeah, it's still kuna, despite we are a member of European Union, but still a euro is not accepted as the official currency here. Here is also some of suggestions for the itinerary when promoting Croatia as a monostate country. As you can see here, actually, you can have an itinerary of 8 days only in one destination, but every day experiencing something really different, traveling all the way from the continental part, then traveling through this mountainous part, and all the way to the coastal part of Croatia, to the southernmost point of Dubrovnik, which is actually perfect for ending the trip because it offers a lot of possibilities to do extension trips to surrounding islands, to the neighboring countries, and I will give you some more details about these possibilities as we move on. So we have Zagreb as the capital of Croatia, and of course the biggest city in the whole country, with an international airport that is only 40 minutes driving from the city center. City center is actually divided in upper town and downtown, and the city tour approximately lasts from 2 to 3 hours on foot, depending of course what is included in the itinerary. But usually all these main sightseeing spots as Zagreb Cathedral, National Theatre, St. Mark's Church on the upper town are covered during the tour. We can of course also make it more interesting if including some vintage tram rides, some local chocolate tasting, or anything else that can actually give some extra experience while on the tour. Then driving only 2.5 hours from Zagreb, we will reach the first national park in Croatia and also first UNESCO site here. This is the National Park of Plitvice Lakes. It contains 16 lakes in total, divided into upper and lower lakes. And the tour of the lakes is done by with a local guide on foot. And always includes this panoramic boat ride as well as the electric train ride. The park is open all year round, but during the winter time, some parts of the park can be limited for a visit because this national park is located in mountainous area of Croatia where winters can be really heavy with a heavy snow and really low temperatures. Then also driving only 2 hours from Zagreb, we will reach Opatija. Opatija is actually a cradle of Croatian tourism. It's where it all started with the first hotels being built, the first events being organized. So it can also be a perfect option for a one-day excursion, but even better if having overnight there. And then from Opatija moving to Istrian region, which is very, very popular because a lot of wineries are located there, olive fields, and especially truffles. From Opatija, we can do full day excursion, including visits to some main beautiful cities such as Rovinj, Poreč, Motovun, Pula, and so on and so on. But definitely, it's Istria is highly recommended because it can really offer a lot of possibilities, especially now for the small groups as we are expecting to focus on. So you have really a lot of activities that you can provide to them. Then as we move to the south, there is one centrally located Dalmatian town called Zadar. And this is actually a great stop, for example, if the groups are traveling from Plitvice Lakes towards Split. So they can have a stop in Zadar, have some nice meal and a short city tour with the guide. In Zadar, there is also a UNESCO site because the old city is surrounded by the city walls, protected by UNESCO. Then you have this St. Donatus Church, sea organ, and greeting to the sun. A very popular installation made of solar panels, which are actually absorbing the solar energy during the day and then by the sunset and when it's dark, they're producing all these beautiful colors, which attract a lot of people. Then also another Dalmatian town is Šibenik, only 1 hour drive from Zadar. So also it can be a stop when traveling towards south, or of course an overnight place, with this beautiful St. Jacob Cathedral, also protected by UNESCO, a lot of fortresses, and also Šibenik is greatly positioned because from there you can reach another national park, which is Krka Waterfalls, in only 30 minutes. This national park is also open throughout the year. The tour lasts around 2.5 hours on foot, and it also includes a short boat ride. Of course, during winter time, boat ride is not operating due to weather conditions, but the other parts of the park can be visited in winter period as well. Then we have Split. This is the second largest city of Croatia. It's also actually a center of Dalmatia region. The tour of Split is also done with a local guide on foot around 2 hours, let's say, visiting Diocletian's Palace, which is also UNESCO site, and some other main sightseeing spots, as you can see here. And the most important role of Split is also that here we have a main port located, and from here Croatia is connected by ferry lines to Italy and also to all surrounding islands. I'm not sure if you have noticed on a few of the slides at the beginning that Croatia has more than 1,200 islands in total. So majority of them can be reached exactly from here, from Split. One of the most visited and most popular islands is definitely island of Hvar, which can be accessed by ferry line from Split, and it takes 2 hours. And if we are organizing visit to Hvar only as one-day excursion from Split, then we can also use the catamaran line, which lasts only 1 hour. Island of Hvar is also popular for a lot of wineries, olive fields, and especially lavender fields, which are actually just right now in this period starting to blossom. And actually from mid of June until beginning of July, there is a lavender festival. We can organize lavender picking tours, passing by the lavender fields, telling the story about how the lavender is cultivated. They can try some lavender products, local products, of course. So a lot of activities related to that can be also organized in Hvar. Then another very popular island is island of Korčula, which is also accessible by ferry and catamaran from Split, but also from Pelješac Peninsula, which gives us a great opportunity to organize visit to Korčula as a one-day excursion from Dubrovnik. Main city is also Korčula, also known as town of Marco Polo, who is actually considered to be born exactly in this city. Then before reaching the very south of Croatia, we'll stop here in Mali Ston, located on Pelješac Peninsula. Mali Ston is only 1 hour drive from Dubrovnik. And why is it so specific? Well, because there are many things, such as stone city walls, which can be visited. Then salt farms. We have the tours showing the groups how the salt is produced with all videos and the storytelling accompanied the tour. And then we have this specific product, especially for the small groups, but also for larger groups won't be a problem at all. Visiting oyster farms by boats. So actually the tour is they will embark the boat and will have then the ride through the oyster farms, having the opportunity to taste some of the local brandy, local wine, and some local sweets. And once they reach this platform, which is actually located in the middle of the oyster farms, They will hear the story, how the oysters are cultivated. And in the end, as a highlight, I would definitely say, they will have the opportunity to taste some fresh oysters, which are taken from the sea just in front of the guests. So this excursion is really a specific experience and definitely highly recommended. And here we are in Dubrovnik, so-called Pearl of Adriatic, and definitely most popular city in the whole country. City of Dubrovnik is one of the most prominent Mediterranean destinations when it comes to tourism. As you, on these photos here, you can see Old City, which is the whole area is under UNESCO protection. Old City, and of course there are tours to the city walls, which are usually actually. There are also other sightseeing spots such as Franciscan and Dominican monastery. Franciscan monastery, for example, is very famous because within that monastery, the oldest pharmacy is located. Very famous for producing rose cream, rose oil, rose water. So when you're passing, you will feel the smell of the rose. So it's very, very nice. Then we have a cable car, which we can offer, taking the groups up to the Surge Mountain, from where actually this photo is taken. Cathedral, then various panoramic boat rides around the city walls, or excursions to Lokrum Island or the Konavle region, which is located very near Dubrovnik and very popular because of the wineries. As I said before, Dubrovnik also is conveniently located for visiting neighboring countries such as Bosnia, Montenegro, and doing some extension trips or full day excursions. Exactly. UNESCO sites, so one of the themes for the tours can be this, both in Slovenia and in Croatia, we have a lot of UNESCO sites. Then, as I said, both of the nations are also offering activities during winter. Slovenia, we will present you some shortly neighboring countries, which can definitely serve as opportunities for the extension trip or full day excursions. So welcome to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Some general information about the country. As you can see here, the country itself is very specific because it has actually three entities. Especially during the past times, Winter Olympic Games were held here. You will notice not only in Sarajevo but in whole actually Balkan region the influence of Ottoman Empire, both in culture, in architecture, and especially in gastronomy. The tour of the city itself is done on foot, approximately 2 hours. But in case if Sarajevo War Tunnel Museum, very popular one, is included, then we would need to extend guide service and coach service to at least 4 hours, because this site is located out of city center near airport, which is approximately 30 minutes drive from the city center. Another must-see town when in Bosnia is definitely Mostar. Very popular because of this old bridge, which is also protected by UNESCO. And also here you will find a lot of Ottoman architecture with a lot of traditional restaurants, old bazaar, mosques, and other historic buildings. So definitely also can be done as a full day excursion from Dubrovnik, for example. And then, not to forget mentioning Međugorje, as we are having more and more requests for various pilgrimage tours. So in Bosnia, actually Herzegovina is definitely, this is the place which is world famous as a place of religious pilgrimage due to the apparition of the Virgin Mary to 6 local Catholics in 1981. So also on the way from Dubrovnik to Mostar, this can be one of the stops in case we have such requests. And then another opportunity for doing extension trips is definitely Montenegro. Also, as for the other destinations, here you can see some general information. Very interesting thing about Montenegro is that actually they are not part of European Union, but as you can see here, local currency is euro. Why? Well, because Montenegro was part of Serbia, and once they've separated, they didn't want to keep Serbian official currency. So they temporarily took euro, and nowadays they are still using it. And actually, this is the official mean of payment in this country. Most visited place in Montenegro is definitely the whole bay of Kotor and the town of Kotor itself, actually combined together with this fishing village called Perast. For example, when traveling from Dubrovnik, first stop can be the town of Perast, with visit to this artificial island with the church, and it can be accessible by the boat ride. After visiting that, only this place, only 15 minutes drive, we will reach Kotor. Kotor is also very, very popular, and it's also protected by UNESCO, and also very important because there is a cruise port located. So in case we have some cruise ships that are coming here and visiting only Kotor, it's very convenient because the port is actually located just to the old town, so no coach needed. But of course, if they're traveling and visiting some other places, then of course the transfer will be needed. And also one photo here, you can see Stefan, which is photo stop location, very often included. And on the photo here actually is shown the former fishing to a luxury resort. If maybe you've heard, it's called Aman Resort. And of course, the capital of the country, Podgorica. It's of course the largest city, and local specialties. I would say that both Croatia and Slovenia in Istria region, all kind of dishes with truffles. Continental parts are more focused on meat, as you can see here, especially this peka. Peka is a name for traditional way of preparing meat or even fish under this iron bell on an open fire. Then as we move along towards south, on the Dalmatian coast and also some islands as well, we have all kinds of fresh seafood, fresh fish, mussels, oysters that I've already mentioned, and so on. So these are, let's say, some local specialties by the region. And just for your reference, here are some of the large capacity restaurants that we are working with. Of course, this is just a small part. I would just like to mention that we really have a wide range of possibilities and cooperation with various restaurants, all the way from the authentic ones, traditional ones, to the modern restaurants, high-end restaurants, and so on. Majority of them are quite flexible. We'll always provide if the vegetarian meal is required, if there are any kind of dietary restrictions or anything. So our suppliers are our really good partners and quite flexible. So if any special need is requested, they are quite open-minded. Then we have, of course, high-end restaurants offering fine dining, both in Slovenia, in Croatia. As you can see here, these are also just some of the suggestions, but there are a lot of Michelin recommended restaurants in both countries, and also Michelin star restaurants. I'm proud to say that Croatia has 7 so far. And their booking conditions before Corona crisis were not so flexible, I must be honest, because they were not so open to group reservations. But as the things are changing and as we are in constant communication with our suppliers, we do believe that they will become more flexible, and in case they will be interested, they will adjust their booking conditions even to group reservations. In Slovenia also there are, actually just yesterday we were informed there are many new restaurants that were actually awarded by the Michelin stars, so fine dining can be provided there as well. And of course, we have, besides standard city tours and sightseeing, there are a lot of opportunities for organizing various activities and active programs. If you're having small groups or large groups, incentive groups, all the way to the team building activities, here is the list. But of course, the list goes on. There are a lot of more activities, but let's say these are some of the highlights, such as vintage tram ride that is possible to arrange in the city of Zagreb and actually combine with the standard city tour. This vintage tram also be personalized by your company logo or whatever is requested. Then we have a steam train in Bled, where we can organize a meal, we can organize a wine tasting there as well. Then we can organize a tour, a technical visit actually to the Rimac car factory, which is very famous for producing electric cars. Then all the meals actually can be also accompanied by various folklore shows, both in Slovenia and in Croatia, as well as Bosnia and Montenegro. Then we have Liciter Heart workshop. Liciter Heart is a symbol of Zagreb and most popular souvenir. So actually guests can participate in producing their own souvenir. Then if you remember, I was mentioning that island of Hvar is very popular because of the lavender fields, and we can organize a very adventurous tour passing by the fields in those funny vintage Beetle cars. Then for, let's say, especially for the small groups, we can provide a fine dining experience. It really is something unique, both for Slovenia and Croatia, and we can organize various winery tours, olive oil tastings, truffle huntings, and we would really like to promote, especially for the small groups that are expecting in upcoming years. And for the end, of course, we have some souvenir suggestion. As I already mentioned, the Liciter Heart as the symbol of Zagreb. This is actually a gingerbread that was before decoration for the Christmas tree, or the people were gifting it to each other, and now it became a symbol of Zagreb. It can also be personalized with the company's logo or client's name or whatever. There are, of course, a lot of shapes and decorations of the heart itself. Then we have a necktie. In Croatian, it's pronounced kravata, and not sure if you maybe heard somewhere, but this necktie originates from Croatia, And thanks to it, actually, Croatia was included in the Guinness Book of Records because in 2003, the largest necktie was tied around the amphitheater in Pula. And that was in October 18th, when we actually have a National Necktie Day in Croatia. Then beside that, we have all kinds of cosmetic products made of lavender. Then we have salt products, because there are salt farms in Croatia and in Slovenia as well. All kinds of quality wine, olive oil, and all the products related to that. As I said, this is only a few of the suggestions. Majority of these souvenirs can be personalized according to your requests. And of course, there are many, many more options to offer. And before I pass the word to my colleague Olga, I would just like to once again emphasize that beside doing these leisure groups, we are really proud to say that we are quite strong in all kinds of MICE groups, organizing all kinds of sport events, gala dinners, congresses, providing the whole support. So here I've put some suggestions for the gala dinner venues in Slovenia. First two photos are showing Ljubljana Castle, where there are a lot of halls as well, where your event can be organized, or Opera House, Central Post Office, some nice restaurants. All of that can be transferred to your event venue. Then in Zagreb, we also have a lot of options from museums shown on these two photos, amazing ballrooms, historical buildings, all the way to the modern restaurants with a beautiful view. And of course, in Dubrovnik, we can organize your event on top of the city walls, as shown here, or this traditional wooden ship can be actually a venue for a gala dinner or for a welcome drink. Besides mentioned, we can support you in all kinds of all technical audio video equipment, personalization, entertainment, and many, many more. That would be it from my side regarding land services, destination services. Of course, in the end, if there will be any questions, I will be here.
Hello, everybody. Thank you once again for taking your time and attention about learning about our countries we are handling from our Zagreb office. As earlier said, my name is Olga, and being a hotel procurement manager, I will give you a brief information about the hotels in our region. So, if you were listening, all countries we were talking about are rather small, and therefore high due to high occupancy. As you can see from here, we have over 150 of contracted hotels with over 100 rooms in daily allocation in the key cities. But if we talk about MICE, both rates and availability are always on request basis. In our region, I would say seasonality is quite strong, especially on the coastal part of the region. I would say it goes from mid-June till mid-September, whereas low season is usually the winter period from November till March, where we can get very low rates. I will not go much into details about each and every hotel. On each slide, you will be able to find some information about the hotels, such as hotel category, location, total room number, and the twin room number. On these slides, we listed our key and preferred hotels, but of course, we have much more to offer you. Can we move to the next slide, Anna, please? So, first destination we were talking about today is Slovenia. Ljubljana, being the capital of Slovenia, is highly corporate city, but I would say the leisure segment grew significantly in the last few years. For next season, I would say the biggest issue will be availability from second half of the year, from July till end of December, because Slovenia is taking the EU presidency next season. And all hotels are, for the time being, are protecting their rooms for this period. From the hotel choice, I would say Ljubljana unfortunately has only one 5-star hotel, which is Intercontinental Ljubljana Hotel, built 2 years ago. It has almost 170 rooms and only 40 twins. If we move to the 4-star category, in central location, we definitely suggest hotels: U Hotel, Lev Hotel, Slon Hotel. But if we move a bit further, some 2-3 kilometers from the city center, definitely preferred hotels would be Hotel Radisson Blu Ljubljana, Austria Trend Hotel Ljubljana, which renovated 50 rooms this year. Then we have M Hotel, completely renovated 2 years ago, and 5 kilometers from the city center, 4 Points by Sheraton Mons Ljubljana. At the moment, this hotel has only 140 rooms, but it's constructing another building next to this one, and in next season, it will have another 100 rooms. If we move further to Slovenia's most visited sites, definitely the city of Bled is recognized as one of the most popular. There we have quite a stable cooperation with local Slovenian chains, Sava Hotels and Resorts, and with its recently renovated hotels. We have Rickley Balance, completely renovated 2 years ago. Then we have Hotel Park with over 200 rooms, completely renovated this winter, and Hotel Savica with almost 100 rooms. If you were listening, Anna was talking about Postojna Cave. There we have a great cooperation with Hotel Yama with almost 120 rooms as of this year, and this hotel is located just to the entrance to the cave. If we want to visit Slovenian Adriatic coast, definitely the most popular destination is the city of Portorož, where we have great properties such as Kempinski Palace and Mine Hotel Slovenia. If we move further to Croatia, we are coming to Croatia's capital. We have quite a wide choice of hotels, and more or less all the hotels were recently renovated. If we talk our Hotel Esplanade, Hotel Sheraton, completely renovated 2 years ago, Hotel Bestin, and Hotel Doubletree Hilton, which is actually only 2 kilometers from the city center. If we move to the 4-star category, and in central location, we have Hotel International and Heritage Hotel Capital. If you can recognize here at star rating Heritage, because we have that option in Croatia. It's not officially 4 nor 5-star category, 4 nor 5, but Heritage being located in old historical building. But most of the heritage hotels in Croatia, I have to say that they are rather on the edge between 4-star and 5-star category, but more on the 4-star hotel category. And then we have 2 kilometers from the city center, Hotel Garden Inn by Hilton. Of course, both in the capitals, I have to say, both Ljubljana and Zagreb. If we talk about leisure business, we strongly suggest to accommodate group during the weekends, as during the weekends we can achieve, of course, better rates. If we move further to the south, then we are coming to the Split. In Split, we have a great cooperation with 5-star Hotel Meridian, which is one of the biggest hotels in the area with almost 400 rooms. And this hotel is planning its complete renovation this winter time. Hopefully it will not be cancelled. And then we have Hotel Atrium with almost 130 rooms. Lower category, 4-star, definitely our suggestions would be Central Hotel, Hotel Brig. Then if we move further from the city center, some 3 kilometers, we have newly opened as of this month, Hotel Amphora with almost 200 rooms located next to the sea. Then we have Radisson Blu with almost 250 rooms and Hotel Narvi with almost 80 rooms. If we move further to the south, of course, we are coming to our pearl, the Dubrovnik, where I would say we have the widest hotel choice. Definitely in 5-star category, the most popular ones are definitely Hotel Excelsior, completely renovated 2 years ago, Hotel Hilton Imperial, completely renovated a year ago, Hotel Bellevue, completely renovated this year. Then we have Hotel Rixos Libertas, partially renovated this year. And then we move to hotels which are actually outside the city center, some 4 kilometers from the city center, and that would be Hotels Dubrovnik President, Hotel Royal Blue, and Hotel Ariston. If we move to lower category, 4-star hotels, our key partners are definitely Hotel Neptune, Hotel Grand Hotel Park, and Hotel Valamar La Croma and Valamar Argosy. If we want to give an added value in stay or within actually to offer our clients better value for the money and offer them 5-star hotels, we would suggest hotels outside the city of Dubrovnik, some 10 to 20 kilometers from the city, where we can achieve a lower rate than the same category hotels in the city of Dubrovnik. That would definitely be Hotel Croatia Cavtat, which is 20 kilometers to the south of Dubrovnik, and Hotel Sheraton Dubrovnik Riviera, 10 kilometers to the south of Dubrovnik. Whereas on the north, 10 kilometers from Dubrovnik, we have Sun Gardens Hotel with almost 400 rooms. 200 rooms are located in the main hotel building, whereas another 200 rooms are located at the hotel residences next to the main hotel building. Anna was talking about Opatija, the cradle of Croatian tourism. As they say, the tourism in Croatia started in this city. And in this destination, we have quite a wide hotel choice. And definitely the ones we would suggest are following ones. In 5-star category, definitely that would be 5-star Hotel Ambassador, completely renovated last year, and Hotel Mileni, completely renovated 2 years ago. The disadvantage of Hotel Mileni is that this hotel has no twin rooms. If we move to the 4-star category, we would suggest Amadria Park Grand for Opatijska Cvjeta, Hotel Paris, completely renovated last year, and hotels Grand Hotel Palace and Heritage Hotel Imperial, completely renovated 2 years ago. All these hotels are with central location and within the walking distance from the city center of Opatija. If we stay close and move to the Istrian Peninsula, if you were listening, famous for truffle hunting, olive oil, and good wine, definitely the destination we would suggest is the city of Rovinj, which has very good and quality hotels. As of last year, they have completely brand new Grand Hotel Park with over 200 rooms. Then they have a Hotel Lone and Montemolini in 5-star category, but in 4-star, very good properties are Hotel Eden, completely renovated last year, and an island Hotel Istra. Other destinations back to the most visited islands, those would be definitely Hotel Hvar and Korčula. On the island of Hvar, the most popular hotels are definitely, as of last year, Heritage Hotel Elizabeth Palace with 45 rooms. Then we have the biggest hotel in the city, which is Hotel Amphora with over 300 rooms, and smaller boutique hotels, Adriana and Riva, which with its central location. If we move to the island of Korčula, local Croatian hotel chain, HTP Korčula, with its hotels Korčula de la Ville, only 20 rooms, but for some, as it can be completely privatized. And if we have newly opened, actually last year it was opened, new Hotel Lira with almost 60 rooms. Other popular destinations Anna was mentioning previously definitely is the city of Šibenik, where we have a great cooperation with Amadria Park Šibenik Resorts with its 4 hotels, Ivan, Niko, Jure, and Adria, all 4 hotels were completely renovated in the last 2-3 years, and the capacity of all of hotels is over 1,000 rooms. This hotel resort, I have to say, has a big conference venue which can accommodate over 1,000 participants as well. If we talk about Zadar, definitely our suggestion would be 5-star Hotel Jadera with almost 200 rooms, and Hotel Kolovare, which has central location, again another 200 rooms, whereas Hotel Kolovare as of this year is completely renovated. And then if we move few kilometers from the city center in Zadar, we have Falkensteiner Funimation Hotel with over 250 rooms. If we move back to the Istrian Peninsula, popular place to visit is definitely, beside Rovinj, the city I already mentioned, is the city of Pula, where we have a great cooperation with Park Plaza hotel chain and its hotels in Pula, Park Plaza Histria with almost 400 rooms, and Park Plaza Belvedere in Medulin with over 400 rooms. If we move, the hotels which we would like to suggest and which have a special story are the following ones, like the Esplanade Hotel Zagreb, which I already mentioned. This is an iconic deluxe hotel located next to the main railway station. It is famous for its story about Orient Express, namely, a long time ago, Zagreb was a railway stop for the Orient Express train on its way from Paris to Moscow, whereas many people used to have an overnight in this hotel on their way from Paris to Moscow. In the city of Rovinj, as earlier said, we have last year opened luxury and very modern Grand Hotel Park, whereas this hotel was the biggest investments last year in Croatia, whereas investors invest quite a significant amount of money in the modern design, whereas the hotel room size, minimum room size, is from 35 square meters onwards. At the hotel, at the island of Hvar, I already mentioned, we have Heritage Hotel Palace, completely renovated. It is located in century. It has only 45 rooms, but for some incentive groups, we suggest it would be a great solution, as it can be privatized as well. If we move to the other countries, we are coming to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So Sarajevo being the capital, I would say it has the biggest hotel choice, where we have great cooperation with Swiss Hotel Sarajevo. A new hotel opened last year with over 200 rooms. I would say it's a great quality property, but the disadvantage of this hotel is only it's non-alcoholic hotel. In 5-star category, again, we have Hotel Malak Regency, a completely new hotel as of 2018. Then we have Radom Plaza with almost 120 rooms, completely renovated last year. Hills Hotel with over 300 rooms, hotel opened 3 years ago. If we move to 4-star category, our key partners would definitely be Novotel Bristol Sarajevo Hotel, Hotel Hollywood with almost 500 rooms, Hotel Walter, Hotel Ibis Style Sarajevo, completely renovated last year. If we move to the south of Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have very popular city called Mostar, where we would suggest a Hotel Mepas with almost 90 rooms, whereas there is another 5-star hotel, but all other hotels in Mostar are rather smaller sizes. Anna was talking about earlier about Međugorje, Bosnia and Herzegovina famous pilgrimage place. And if you remember the photo from Anna's presentation, this hotel was full of buildings, but actually these buildings are actually hotels, usually family owned, and this city is actually full of hotels, as every house is transferred to the family run hotels. Hotels are usually sizes from 20 to 120 rooms, whereas our key partners are definitely 4-star Hotel Luna and 4-star Hotel Medjugorje Hotel and Spa. Bosnia and Herzegovina has an exit to the Adriatic Sea, and that would be the city of Neum, where we have a great cooperation with Grand Hotel Neum, 4-star, with semi-central location, but definitely this hotel is the biggest within the city. We suggested here the city of Neum because we often use Neum as an alternative destination for Dubrovnik. Because, as you know, Dubrovnik being such a popular and most visited destination, therefore is very expensive. And Neum being only 150 kilometers far away from Dubrovnik is quite convenient alternative solution rate-wise, because rates at hotels in Neum goes 2 to 3 times cheaper than hotels in Dubrovnik. And then we move to Montenegro. Podgorica is the capital of Montenegro, and as of 3 years ago, they have their first branded hotel, which is actually 5-star Hilton Podgorica Crna Gora with almost 200 rooms. In 4-star category, our key partners are definitely hotels Ramada Podgorica, Centerville Hotel. But if we move to the coast, one of the most popular destinations is definitely the city of Budva, with its very popular 5-star hotel Splendid with over 300 rooms. Of course, being a summer resort, Budva has many alternative and hotels in the area, but I would say that Splendid is the greatest value for the money they offer. From the great properties in Montenegro for high-end clients or for special MICE events, definitely, as Anna mentioned earlier, we have next to Budva, St. Stephen Island, Aman St. Stephen Resort with almost 60 accommodation units. It's an island hotel with exclusive entrance, because nobody who is not staying on the island itself cannot enter it. It's not open for the public. So it offers you a privacy which you cannot find in many of the hotels. Then, as of 3 years ago, they have a great resort, region Porto Montenegro, with almost 200 accommodation units. And as of this October this year, first European one and only resort will open in Montenegro. So these are exclusive resorts in Montenegro we suggest for our high-end clients. That would be everything from my side for today about the hotels. Thank you once again for your attention. We can start with the questions, but of course you can address any other questions to our sales colleagues and we can deliver you the answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Anna, for a really informative presentation. And before we go in with the welcome the question to all the participants, maybe let me launch a little bit about the Balkans bowling. Hi, all. I just sending you the bowling. Can you assist to choosing either one or two options, because we know that the Balkan area is just not only Croatia and all the country today we presented. So maybe we would like to know from you whether you would love to know more about Balkans area or country like Albania, Bulgaria or Romania, so that we can make appointment with our team as well, whether we can arrange for a part 2 in Balkans where Anna and Olga also support us to present more. So I already see some of the response, and thank you for your response. Maybe let's see. We have also the votes, and then I can share the result to Anna and Olga as well. And in the meantime, if you had any question, you can raise your question or maybe concern or where you would like to deep dive to understand. Please write down on the chat box. So we have one question regarding to the visa. Let's see. Go.
Can I reply the question? I can also see it in the chat.
Yes.
So, okay, thank you for the question regarding visas. Yeah, both Croatia and Slovenia being part of European Union, for entering multiple Schengen visa is required. Montenegro is a bit specific, and they also require either Montenegrin visa or also sometimes accepting USA visa. But in case, and I know that actually this was definitely valid for Chinese market, Chinese travelers, but all the updates actually you can check also on the embassy sites. But for the other countries, yes, multiple Schengen visa is definitely accepted, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, the type C of the Schengen visa.
For this one, I would like to add one of the additional conditions for the Schengen visa as well. As you know, if you're planning to combine some of the country, maybe from Schengen, like Italy or maybe Hungary or Austria, and go through the area. So maybe when you get the in-point in the Schengen visa and out-point from like for example, except like Croatia, and you go back to Vietnam, so only single visa is needed. But any routing or any itinerary that you get back to the Schengen country, so you need to have to apply the multi-visa. So this is for the visa, the Schengen visa question. So if any concerns or any question, please raise in the chat box, please. Hi Anna, hi Olga. Do you can see my phone result?
Yes.
So
yes,
after 4 minutes, and then we have about like 16 respond, because I understand that some of agents they join in the meeting room at the one group, so they cannot send all the participant result. But this is for some representative, and from this one we can see 75% reach out to today's session. About 65% of participants have responded to our poll results, and the result is they also would love to deep dive more for all the countries. So maybe let me work out with the agent, and also you guys once again to find the suitable dates maybe in July, whether we can arrange another destination, maybe focus on like Albania and Bulgaria, or maybe a little bit on Romania, and then whether we can arrange upcoming session for the Asian as well.
Of course, this is really nice to see the interest in other countries as well. So yeah, we are definitely here to present those countries as well.
Thank you. So maybe today coming up to maybe if we don't got the question from our agents, so let us send the question to them from our presentation. Normally for every presentation, we may invite our local expert to present 3 questions to buying for the participants. So normally we will have a leader's prize. Let me just show you. This is the information that Anna also mentioned earlier that we also got from our local office, and then we also update to our agent as well. And from sales side, we will collect all the information and send like by quickly updates for all the booklet plan now and travel tomorrow for all the open or close situation from European. As well, the certificates after complete all these webinars. So we would like to invite you for the minis quick for achievement the destination experts, and we will send you soon for the link to check whether how much you understand about our presentation and the destination. As well, after you complete also our survey, whether we can promote destination, so that I can share to also my colleagues in the destination. You can easily to download the presentation that we already present to you. As well now, very fun part of every webinar. So first week, we will finding three
Kim, I think we lost you again.
sorry. Now,
Nó bị đơ rồi.
hello everyone. So once again, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, sorry once again for the disconnection because of the internet in the office. So maybe we come to our fun quick session where we need our local experts, and maybe Olga will support us to give all the participants 3 questions one by one, and we will finding out the 3 winner who is the most correct and soonest answer giving. We win our prize about one of Starbucks coffee delivery to their office or maybe their city for upcoming webinar and workshop. Hi Anna, may I ask you and also need your support for the 3 questions?
Okay, so let's say how many islands there are in Slovenia?
Yeah, the first question.
The first question.
Yeah. One by one, please.
Okay.
Okay, 1 is their correct answer?
Yeah, that's correct answer.
Correct answer. Congratulations, Thúy Hằng, for the first winner today. So we would love to have the second question.
Okay, so the second question would be, let's say, what's the official currency in Croatia?
So let's see.
A 3 question for you. Great. We have a winner.
Wow.
Great, correct.
Congratulations once again. So you are the second winner for today's session. Now we're coming up the third and also the last one.
Okay, Olga, maybe you can post one about hotels.
Let's say, which is the most famous island resort in Montenegro?
Wow. So maybe let's find some Google.
We are patient.
Yes. But remember to tie on soon so you can win our prize.
I can assist you a bit with a hint that before it used to be a fishing village, and nowadays it's transformed to a luxury resort.
It's Asian hotel chain.
Offering a full privacy. It's not open for public, only for guests staying there.
Very interesting question, and then we can see this maybe make our participant a little bit hard to find out the answer. One and only.
It's the first one and only in Europe, true, but it's not the one we were requesting. Yeah, we got it. It's the Aman Hotel Resort.
Bingo!
Correct,
Bingo!
Jimmy. You got a coffee.
Yeah. So congratulations once again for all the participants, and also thanks a lot, and then also Olga for very informative and detailed presentation for today. And also we're sorry for the delay for the participant joining, and also wow, thank you so much for all the joining, and also congratulations once again for our 3 winners today from our fun quick question. Okay, thank you, and also just reminding you for next week. Okay, once again, next week's schedule has come from for Tuesday and Thursday as normal. So we have 3 p.m. next Tuesday. Will be focused on Azerbaijan, Georgia, and also Uzbekistan. And as well, we also bring to you to South America, where Peru, Brazil, and also the other countries nearby. So do remember, because due to the time difference, so we move the Thursday session to be in the morning at 10 a.m., where in their local one is 10 p.m. So we would love to see you once again soon, and thank you once again, Anna and Olga. Have a nice day there.
Thank you all
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.